Does India lack a consistent policy in dealing with Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror? And should a distinction be made between the state and the people? And can such a distinction be made when not just prominent anchors, but even some people on the streets in Pakistan openly want Indian film stars, Indian actresses and Indian women as sex slaves after Operation Sindoor? They've said that they want Indian actresses to be Male Ghanimat or war booty, sex slaves. Joining me on this India First special broadcast is Sushant Sareen. He's a senior fellow at the Observer Research Foundation. Dr. Tara Kartha is former National Security Council Secretariat Director. Abhijit Iyer Mitra is a senior fellow at the Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies. Suresh Shamal Gupta is the founder and president of All India Cine Workers Association's Mumbai unit. Ashutosh is a senior journalist and analyst. Sanjay Jha joins us as an analyst on the special broadcast. I have a huge panel. I quickly want to cut across to Pranay Upadhyay joining me on this special broadcast. My colleague Pranay, what's the government's explanation for the ban, unban and then ban again?
Look, Gaurav, when the Twitter handles or the Meta handles or the social media handles of these entities were blocked by Government of India or by these platforms, that was on the request of Government of India, and now they got unblocked because of the technical reason. And what is the technical reason? As per the government sources, the technical reason is that the ban cannot be a perpetual thing. It has to be, backed by certain rationals and some legal documents, and that's why if those documents are not there in place in time, then they automatically get unblocked. So the moment it came to notice, the same has been furnished by the Government of India, and after the emergency review, those social media handles got blocked again. But this also shows, especially for those who have been asking and raising questions that what does it entail and what it can result into. Why have we blocked these social media handles? This clearly shows that unless if you don't block these handles, they keep spitting venom against India, and anti-India hatred is being spread by these social media handles. And that's why Government of India again proved the rationale behind it, that these social media handles need to remain blocked, because their trajectory, their track record is well proven, that what they spread in India and using the freedom of expression for their for the wrong reasons.
Stay with these. Sanjay Jha, government says Operation Sindoor is still on. And yet, some of these sites get unblocked and then blocked again after nationwide outrage. In your appreciation, is this lack of consistency? Do you buy this glitch explanation that sources in the government are offering?
Hi, good evening, Gaurav. I have a couple of points to make. Number one, and I think it's important to address them. They're very germane to our conversation today. Number one is that one star who's been in the news is Diljit Dosanjh. And I want to draw attention to what he said, because he's been in the news because of his film. And he said that he's always believed that music is a unifier, that end of day, there will be people across boundaries who will be united by just the love of culture, tradition, music, and love. And I don't think we can ignore that. For example, right now we are seeing a situation in India. By the way, like it or not, every country is playing an information war. And as per the last reports I read, we were ourselves the misinformation and disinformation capital of the world. In fact, a lot of people believe that the pro-Israel social media trolling originates from our country. So we can debate that another time. But the larger issue is that Mr. Modi's government put a ban on all kinds of engagement with Pakistan. Did it stop Pulwama from happening? Did it stop Pahalgam from happening? Can anybody assure us that despite the fact there will be no people-to-people engagement, will it put an end to all kinds of hostilities? And the most hypocritical, we play Pakistan, but in neutral centers. I think that's so farcical. We played a T20 World Cup in a neutral venue with Pakistan. I mean, who are you trying to fool with these extremely, in my opinion, immature, infantile, and absolutely crude level of diplomatic games that one is playing? So I think we need to understand.
Let me bring in Sushant Sareen. Sushant, okay. Sushant Sareen, you agree, juvenile, infantile, India's entire approach to Pakistan, and Sanjay Jha says we are the disinformation campaign, capital of the world. Are we in a way then giving a clean chit to a state sponsor of radical Islamist terror and all the disinformation that comes in from there?
Yeah, these are the puerile arguments which we've heard for many, many years. And, it was said why do you have a restrictive visa regime with Pakistan? Because terrorists don't take visas and come. Actually, terrorists did take visas and come. And in any case, the point is that you don't make it easy for terrorists by giving Pakistanis visas. So that is, so this is the kind of argument that Sanjay is making. But there are a couple of points on which I will agree with him, but I'll come to that in a bit. On this whole issue of this technical glitch, I find it the most disingenuous argument, Gaurav, for a very simple reason. Are you trying to tell me that the government officials who are in charge of implementing government policy are not aware of their own rules? Are you trying to tell me that when the government decides that they will not allow the disinformation and the misinformation and the propaganda campaigns and scurrilous lies which come from Pakistan on social media, that this was a considered decision and not a knee-jerk capricious decision? Now, if the answer to that is very clear to my mind, then it should have been clear to the government. Now, when you impose a ban, for example, on a terrorist organization, there's a time limit even to that. In some cases, it's 1 year, in some cases, it's 5 years. Before the ban lapses, the government officials in charge will go to the courts to ask for an extension in the ban. We've seen that in the case.
Absolutely.
Are you trying to tell me that these clowns in these ministries in the government today did not know that this had to be done? Are you trying to tell me that they just let it lapse because they're such big idiots? So there are very serious questions which need to be asked of these characters. Secondly, I agree with Sanjay. And I believe that, look, if we are taking as a government, as a state, as a people, if we are taking a strong stand against Pakistan, then the price is not just to be paid by the soldiers on the border. The price has to be paid by BCCI. It has to be paid by the Hockey Federation. It has to be paid by the Wrestling Federation, by the Kabaddi Federation, and by Diljit Dosanjh, right? Everybody has to pay that price. So you can't say let the soldiers go and die, but we will continue to play cricket because otherwise we cannot hold a cricket match in India. Now,
let me get
just let me make two very quick points. Russia was not being allowed to play many tournaments and not being allowed to come into many music competitions. Did anyone say that, okay, fine, we will not hold music competitions in Europe? So either we pull our weight or we say we are not going to be participating in that. And I will agree with Sanjay on that. And one last point I wanted to make, Gaurav, which is that, when you are talking about the people versus the state, I say that, yes, make a distinction between people and state. But do the people of Pakistan stand against the policies of their state, or do they stand with the policies of that state?
Yes.
And all these jokers whose accounts have been banned were actually parroting the policies of the Pakistani state. They were not opposing jihadism. They were not opposing terrorism. They were not opposing what happened in Pahalgam.
So let me take it to Ashutosh. Let me bring in Ashutosh before I bring in Dr. Tarakartha. Yes, Ashutosh, why should only the soldier at the border pay a price? Two things. You think our civil society engagement, Diljit Dosanjh, should he have a Pakistani actress in his movie, or that shouldn't be permitted? Should we play multilateral cricket or make an effort to have Pakistan ousted from ICC? Every Indian has to be part of it. You agree or you have a different take on it, sir?
See, Gaurav, I think first of all, the government of India should come out openly that what is their doctrine and what is their concept of Pakistan state per se. I think there's a lot of confusion on that issue. You remember when Operation Sindoor was happening, then Indian foreign minister was seen to be talking and telling that he spoke to the Pakistan concern and said, we are not attacking the Pakistan army. We are attacking only the terrorist organization. And then the Prime Minister of India was saying that we are taught a lesson to the Pakistan. Now the issue is, if you are fighting with Pakistan and if you believe and convince that Pakistan is inflicting 1,000 cuts to India and also inflicting such a killing our innocent Indians, then why there is a distinction made between the terrorist organization operating from the Pakistan and between the army and the people of Pakistan? People of Pakistan, army, their government, and the terrorist organization, why they are not kept together and to be taken as a Pakistan as a state? No. And look at the background. The background is when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi was sworn in 2014. Nawaz Sharif was invited. And then what happened? He was going
Okay.
somewhere and suddenly he dropped into the Lahore and met Nawaz Sharif again. And when
On his way back from Afghanistan, yes.
When the Pathankot happened, then I was just really surprised that ISI was invited to investigate. Like, so what is government of India? That is Modi government's politics. What is their national security doctrine? What is their defense doctrine? Do they make a distinction between the army and the terrorist organization? Or do
Let
they
me
think
now
that
get
the
Dr.
army,
Tara Kartha
which is really
to weigh in
instrumental
on
for the
this.
terrorism?
Let me get Dr. Tara Kartha, but I'll come back to you on the point about civil society and films and cricket, Ashutosh, in just a moment. Dr. Tara Kartha, you heard Ashutosh. Are there too many flip-flops in the way the government is dealing with Pakistan's state-sponsored radical Islamist terror and their civil society?
Okay, I'm going to just say this out, okay? I never normally don't do this. That was the dumbest argument I ever heard. I mean, you don't understand what war is? You don't, what do you mean? But the India doesn't know the difference on what's Pakistan policies that we don't understand. This is how you conducted war. You conducted it in an absolutely, what to say, strong, decisive manner and with each grade. I mean, I can't understand how a senior journalist can't understand this. You hit the terrorist camp because that was your objective. When they hit back, you hit them back as hard as you could. I'm sorry, this is absolute rubbish. But in terms of the other aspect, the fact that, see, in any review, when you're going to meta, etc., there is a process involved and then they have to come back to you. So sometimes there is a bit of a lapse. When you're banning terrorist organization inside India, that process is entirely different. So my assumption is this. Number three is, see, the among those, I mean, there are the one you quoted. I'm not even going to take his name because he's poisonous. He's sheer poison. The one who said that about our actresses. Such people, flat out, just don't let them in. But I think some kind of review is necessary because some of those, see, I'm an analyst. I need to know what is going on in Pakistan. And a lot of some of those sites which were blocked, for example, there was protests in POK. We never got to hear. So you need to have some review at some point of time to see who can be unblocked, who should be blocked, and who should continue to remain so.
Okay,
But now,
since you made a direct point about Ashutosh, he wants to quickly respond to you. Ashutosh, quickly respond because, Tara Kartha analyzes this very, very closely and she says the argument you're offering, sir, is absolute rubbish.
See, Gaurav, this my argument is really a dumbest argument and a rubbish for the simple reason because it doesn't suit to the government of the day. And those who are supporting the government openly and doesn't want to be critical and just want to impersonate as a specialist will always find. But where did she or did anybody, did the whole country did not see that how the foreign minister of the country was speaking on the ANI and what he was saying? You are telling to the whole world that we are not attacking you. Look, who is Asim Munir? Who is Asim Munir? Is Asim Munir a saint? Why government of India did not want to attack the Pakistani army to begin with? No. And then you are telling to the whole world that humne Pakistan ko election suna de. This is the government which called ISI agent to come and investigate the Pathankot. So yes, I am getting the dumbest argument. But what about those who are openly and vulgarly supporting government?
Okay, Dr. Tara Kartha, you must respond, but even Sushant Sareen has his head in his hands. Why that? Before I bring in Abhijit and Suresh Gupta, Sushant Sareen, quickly, sir.
No, I don't want to be impolite on television, but yeah, I think the simplest word to say is, yeah, he's doubling down on dumbness. That's the simplest thing I can say. For a very simple reason. You can keep repeating the same lies over and over again and keep repeating the same nonsense over and over again. It has been explained plenty of times, right? Sometimes you give a long rope to the enemy, as you did in Pathankot. You did not invite, as Ashutosh says, you invited ISI. No. There was an investigation team coming from Pakistan because the Pakistan Prime Minister at that point of time had promised a dispassionate inquiry into that entire incident. And if you wanted the Pakistanis to go after the terrorists, you had to let them complete their inquiry, which is why you said, okay, fine, if there's a group coming, let them come. and they were not taken into the operational control areas of the Pathankot airbase. But people like Ashutosh, because of their blind Modi derangement syndrome that they suffer from, they will keep repeating the same lies over and over again. Dr. Jaishankar very clearly says, as we did, it was a public announcement that was made after the first attacks were taking place under Operation Sindoor, that we have attacked terrorist base camps. We are not attacking any civilian or military targets in Pakistan. We are only attacking terrorists. If the Pakistanis come in the aid of terrorists, then we will club them together, which is precisely what we did. Now, if in Ashutosh's brain, he cannot process this, then that's his problem, not our problem.
Okay, since you've said, I wanted to bring in Suresh, but since you named Ashutosh, sir, you want to quickly respond? I want to bring in. Yeah, go on, sir.
I love these abuses from those who are supporting the government because they are out to kill. No. I did not.
No, not on this broadcast, sir.
I did not disturb you. I'm not here to make my career by supporting government openly. I'm very clear about it. The fact of the matter is has any other government invited an ISI agent as the part of inquiry committee, what the BJP stand would have been? The government of India did not know that the ISI was engineering all kinds of terrorist activity in the country. And you are inviting one of the the delegation in which this ISI agent was there. You let him go into the Pathankot, who was engineering, who has inflicted that kind of injury to the Indian nation. But the fact of the matter is, if they talk something like this, if they criticize the government, they will not be on the TV channels and they will not be getting promotion in the career.
But I want to stay on this simple point. India gave Pakistan the long rope. Fine, we will let you come down on ground, investigate. When they took no action, this time no dossier was given and Pakistan was bombed. But it's only an argument I'm offering.